So in post-production, the way that I do it, I use DaVinci Resolve, which is a free software. They have a paid studio, but you trust me, you can do so much in the free version of it. And so the first thing that I do is I cut the film. So I take all the different scenes. I talked about earlier how I will film this way and film this way, and I'll take all the scenes and I'll put them in there and I'll cut it. I'll tell the story in pieces. Okay, so if we're at one location, I'm going to take I'm going to cut it the way that it tells the best flow of the story. I'm going to try to capture the best emotion. And when I cut, one important thing when you're cutting, and that just means I'm taking one scene and I'm splicing it together. So I'm cutting up the scenes and pasting them together. Is you want to make sure that you cut on action. That's one of the ways that you can cut. So if somebody is walking, I want to cut there, and I want to find, if I'm shooting from a different angle, I want to find one that's matching them so that it looks seamless when the camera switches all of a sudden. You're not taking off. Like if somebody's holding a glass of water, you can't cut to one where they've already put the water down. You have to time things. And so it means that when you're filming, you got to keep these things in mind, that you make sure that you're filming consistently with each one. So if I'm filming this way a certain way, I'm filming this way, that they're doing the same things. If he's got the tissue in his hand, he's got to have the tissue in his hand every time we film that scene. So that way I can cut. Because sometimes if actors get lost in the emotion, they forget that they're supposed to be holding something, or their hands aren't in their pockets, then it makes it really hard to cut, because you might have two great scenes, but you can't cut them together like that. So this is why it's important to do close-ups. Maybe you have a close-up of them holding the glass, flipping through a book, maybe putting on their makeup. And when you have those little tight shots, if you have two great scenes and they don't line up, what you can do is you can cut to a tight shot. So you can cut to those little moments, and then you can cut back to the other scene that you want.